Welcome to the Sunshine Podcast. This is yours truly, Dora Williams, and I am here with mental health nuggets. Yes, I want to just educate you a little bit as it relates to mental health. I want to first start by saying that mental health illnesses are real. Mental health as a whole is real, and we need to take our mental health more seriously and do better about making sure our mental health status is on point, okay? So, I guess I'm going to start with what are the types of mental illnesses, because a lot of people, they don't know what are the types, what is mental illness, which we talked about what mental illness is in the last segment. So this time we're going to talk about what are the types of mental illness. And there are many different types of mental illnesses. Some of the main groups of mental health disorders are mood disorders, anxiety disorders, personality disorders, eating disorders, trauma-related disorders, and substance abuse disorders. What are the symptoms of mental illness? Each type of mental illness has a different set of symptoms. For example, extreme dieting may be a sign that someone has an eating disorder. Hearing voices, ongoing feelings of hopelessness after childbirth. People with depression can have a lasting sadness and low mood. People with anxiety often have excessive worries or fears. Drastic changes in a person's thoughts, mood, or behavior can be signs that they have a mental illness. Changes can be sudden or come on gradually over a long period of time. A person who usually copes well with life may start to have trouble doing their normal activities. These changes can cause them or their loved ones distress. These signs could indicate a mental illness. Some signs of mental illness to look for: unusual thoughts, unreasonable anger or irritability, poor concentration and memory, not being able to follow a conversation, hearing voices that no one else hears, increase or decrease sleep, increase or low appetite, lack of motivation, withdrawing from people, drug use, feeling that life is not living or worth living, suicidal thoughts, becoming obsessed with a topic like death or religion, not looking after personal hygiene or other responsibilities, not doing as well as usual at school or work. If you pay attention and you notice any of these signs within yourself or within others, family members or friends, they may be suffering from mental illness and they need some type of help. They definitely need some type of help. Someone may ask today, what causes mental illness? Researchers are still trying to understand what causes mental illness. There is not simply one cause, and often it is a complex mix of factors. These can include genetics and aspects of social learning, such as how you grew up. It can also be impacted by how your brain works and the interplay with your environment. Your social group, your culture, and life experience can also play a part in the development of a mental illness. Some examples of these factors include genetic factors. Having a close family member with a mental illness can increase the chance that you might get a mental illness. However, just because one family member has a mental illness doesn't mean that others will have a mental illness. Number 2, drug and alcohol abuse. Number 3, other biological factors. Some medical conditions or hormonal changes can cause mental health problems. Number 4, early life environment. Negative childhood experiences can increase the risk of some mental health experiences. Number 5, trauma and stress. In adulthood, traumatic life events or ongoing stress can increase the risk of mental illnesses. Problems at work, financial problems can have an impact on mental health. Traumatic experiences such as living in a war zone can increase the risk of post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. And number 6, personality factors. Some traits such as perfectionism or low self-esteem can increase the risk of depression or anxiety. When should you see a doctor? Seeing a doctor is the first step to getting treated and returning to good mental health. If you are concerned that any of the signs that I have talked about and quoted on today, you may be experiencing mental illness, book an appointment with your doctor. Now, let me make this clear. Just because you're suffering with your mental state and have a mental illness, that doesn't mean you're crazy at all. Let me just go ahead and clarify that. There's nothing wrong with getting help, you all. Absolutely nothing wrong with getting help, because we want to be the best us that we could possibly be, right? So, if you know that you're struggling in the area of mental health, this is nothing, we know God can do any and everything but fail. But He put doctors here. He has put people here on this earth that have been trained in those areas to be able to help you. So let down your pride or whatever it is that has you thinking, I'm not going to a doctor, they gonna put me on medicine and all this other stuff. And I get it, because I'm not a fan of taking a whole lot of medicine either. But if that's what it takes for you to get better, and then maybe you could come off of it, then you do that. Your life should be just that important to you. Your mental state should be just that important to you that you're willing to do whatever you have to do in order for you to become the best you could possibly be. Okay? So understand that you're not crazy, you're not cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. If you are having a little issue as it relates to your mental health, go see a doctor and become a better you, okay? Just like counseling. Counseling, is not a bad thing. We look at these things as if it's a disease or something. But these are things that are available to help us in life, to have a better life, to live our best life. And we can't do it if we're sick. A lot of people, they refuse to go to the doctor themselves. And you can't be your best you when you're sick physically in your body. You can't be your best you when you need a counselor to help you push through some storms and some roadblocks in your life. You can't be your best you when you're stuck, when you're blocked, when you feel like you're drowning and no one's there to save you. That's what that counselor's for. And it's the same with mental health. When you're not your best, you can't be your best. So I encourage you, seek some mental health. If you feel like you're having an issue, you're not absolutely sure, there's nothing wrong with going to see. Go get evaluated. And from there, you're making the step to become a bigger, better you. Okay? So y'all, get your mental health together. Don't continue to struggle in that, because you don't have to do it by yourself. You don't have to do it by yourself, and I need you to understand too, you are not the only one. You are not the only one. There's a lot of mental illnesses going on around this world. Thousands. You're not the only one, so don't feel that. Go get the help you need so we can watch you live your best life.